I don't think
Houston's gonna win this next game.
I think Houston better. I think Houston better win. Boy, they in trouble.
Why do you think Steve not playing Kuminga, man?
Well, we got him, so we don't really need to play you at all, honestly.
I don't think Jokic's brothers don't want no parts of nothing happening in L.A. I don't think they ready for that. I hit them like, hey, they might want to chill. They was like, nah, for real.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better. Yeah, you better.
What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of The Inner Court. This is Victor Oladipo, your host, with my co-host, Neiman Johnson. Neiman, what's good,
Man, everything is good. Everything is good.
Man, the pod doing pretty good. The pod doing pretty good, huh? We got a lot of intel, outel. We got a lot of fan interaction and all that going.
Yeah, a lot of spicy comments. You know what I'm saying?
Great to see. Great to see, man.
I don't know if they like Ashley or they didn't like Ashley.
Hey, all that matters is they came to see it, man. All y'all come on and see our guests, man. Come show love to the Inner Court pod, man. We
welcoming everybody. Come on down, man. Give your opinion.
And if you're trying to get on the show, man, and come and spread your image and your likeness, just, message me a name and we're going to set it up, man. Show the world what you have to say and push your message, man. We would love to share it here at the Inner Court where we know it ain't on you, it's in you.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. You been watching the games, my boy?
I've been locked in watching these crazy-ass playoff games.
Hey,
yes,
man,
sir, buddy.
Did you watch the Warriors game last night?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it last night. I saw the Warriors pull one out without Jimmy.
Did you think the Rockets was gonna win because Jimmy wasn't playing?
In the back of my mind, I didn't want to say that no matter what that the Warriors were gonna lose, but I thought it would be harder for them to beat the Rockets without Jimmy. But yesterday looked to me like the guys who weren't playing stepped in and realized okay, we're trying to do something bigger than ourselves. So. Everybody played well for the Warriors last night. The Rockets, they kind of came up short. So it's going to be a big game for Rockets must win. You can't go back home 3-1, down 3-1 with Steph not having it. Don't do that. You think that the Warriors played good, or you think that Houston played bad? I think it's a little bit of both. I think that the Warriors played better than expected, and the Rockets didn't play as good as we thought they would.
Do you think that the Rockets are kind of like experience a little bit of what OKC experienced like last year, in the sense of like being a top seed, but then just not being like playoff experience ready? Yeah, I think they might be going through a similar transition. I think the Rockets, this is just me speaking, and this is no bias to anyone. I think they're a great team. I think they have a great organization, et cetera. I just think if you look at where they were versus where OKC was, the moves OKC made, I think they kind of added a little more vets as far as Alex Caruso, as far as Hartenstein, like guys like that who are like have a little older but have some playoff experience. I think if you look at the Rockets, they might have a little more youth than experience, maybe, if you want to look at it like that. I mean, they have experience with Dylan Brooks and point guard, my guy. My mind going blank. But, so they got Steven Adams, they got Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet, that's what I meant. So Fred VanVleet, Steve-O, and Dylan Brooks are like guys who would be considered their vets. And they got the super vet over there. They got Jeff Green, a super vet like that. But I just feel like that their guys might be a little older, maybe like the Lou Dorts and the Shays, and I think they might be a little more older than the guys than the young guys in Houston. But again, I think like Shegun is like 23. Yeah, I mean.
I think he's like 23.
Maybe
maybe in specific, is it Jalen that's having the playoff woes where he's like hot one night, cold one night, like last night?
Yeah, but I told you before the season, before the series started, and before we even got on camera, and before this was even recorded, I told you they're gonna go as he goes. If he has a great series, they're gonna win. If they don't, it's gonna be a struggle for them to beat them.
So Jalen, So if Jalen plays well, the Rockets win.
1,000%, and that's not to put any pressure on him. That's just we understand the game, and I feel like with Shaq, you know what you're gonna get from him. You're gonna get 20 and 10, no matter what. Like, especially the style of play, the way he plays. Like, you're gonna get 20 and 10 from bro.
Yeah,
now it's just a matter of making sure that I look at it like this: like, if you have a threat to score in the paint, which is Shaq, and then you have a threat to score from the arc in, whether that's a layup, whether that's a three, or create, outside of the wings from the guard position, which would essentially be Jalen Green. If you have both of those style of attacks on your team and they're effective in the playoffs, it's going to be hard to stop you. It's going to be really hard. So I think that if he comes to play whenever they play again, probably tomorrow night, I think that they have a chance to not only.
You think it's going to go to 7?
Yes. At least 6. But if that would mean the Warriors would beat them in 6.
You think Houston's going to win this next game?
I think Houston better. I think Houston better win, or they in trouble.
So did you see Steve Kerr implemented like a hacker Shaq type of vibe with Steven Adams?
Yeah, I seen that.
What you think about that? You think that works, or you think it
I think it works for somebody who can't make free throws.
The thing was, he was making them joints.
Yeah, he was.
He was going 1 for 2. One of them,
which is not terrible. It's better. One is less than 2. So I guess it's kind of working. It's better to kind of work than to not work at all. So
man, I low-key just brought that up to talk about Steve Kerr. Why you think Steve not playing Kuminga, man? Before Jimmy, they played him last night. They started him. But why you think it took for Jimmy to be out for him? Because like, why wouldn't he come off the bench when Jimmy is playing?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be a money thing. Is Kuminga up, or he didn't sign an extension with them, did he, or something like that?
I don't think he signed an extension with him.
Yeah, he didn't sign an extension before the season starts. So whenever that happens, then the player becomes the problem kind of ordeal thing. So it's just, but and then when Jimmy got there, it was kind of easy to kind of like then really let you know we don't we'll really show you how we feel about you. You know what I mean? As far as like, well, we got him, so we don't really need to play you at all, honestly. And then, I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, we as players, we can't just look at it like basketball. We have to look at it as business too. So, all right, you feel as though you're worth more, you know what I mean? Or you feel like you might deserve more, which you want us to make it easy for you? When we feel like you're worth this? When we feel like you should take this? Well, would you have this opportunity at all if it wasn't for us? You know what I mean? That's how you got to look at it. You got to be able to put different shades on and different lenses on, and try to understand every perspective, not just, they just not playing him. And then all of a sudden now they want to play him. Or, they got beef, or there was a disagreement, or they bumping heads. It's always deeper than that. It's always deeper than what they tell you. It's always deeper than the surface. But they need him now. Shit, and he better, and he if he's locked in and he comes to play, they could really use him because, I don't know when Jimmy gonna feel better because he said he not even walking.
Bro.
He said he don't even feel good walking, let alone playing basketball.
I'm surprised he didn't break his tailbone.
Yeah, he fell pretty hard, man. But let's hope that he could either make a comeback in this series, or if they make it to the next round, we'll we get a little dose of playoff Jimmy in the second round. But
Jimmy is tough. If they win, he'll be back.
yeah, that's a fact for
Jimmy
sure.
is tough.
That was a huge win for them yesterday. Not only for the fact that they needed in the series, but for the guys who ain't been playing, who played. I think I said it right. Porzingis, he played last night, which was huge benefit. He didn't play in that loss in Houston. I don't know if it would have mattered, but he mattered last night. So we gonna see, man. It's gonna be a big game 4. Big game 4, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, but a huge game 4 coming up.
Yeah. It's been showing that whoever has a guy off the bench that comes out and does numbers, they've been winning. Or if your key player scores 36. I know that's an interesting number, but so Jokic and Curry, and I forget who else, they all scored like 36. And
that's crazy.
That's who won the game.
That's
Yo,
insane.
Did you see the Denver Clippers game?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched that John. Man, I can't even lie, bro. After that, John said, like, you can't tell me there's anything better than this sport.
That was an amazing game.
It was crazy.
What stuck out to you?
I mean, Jokic definitely was going nuts, so he was going crazy in that joint.
They couldn't stop. They had no answer for Jokic.
Nope, none.
Is that what is the game plan for Denver? But like, because I hear a lot of people like, yo, you just got to let him do his thing. Yesterday,
that was what they was trying to do. You see,
Exactly.
Yesterday they was trying to cut off his assist numbers and let him just be a scorer. And he did that.
I don't think that.
He can do that too. And watch
I don't
the
think
horses.
that works.
Yeah.
I don't think that works.
It don't. Clearly, they lost last night.
There needs to be enough. You know what do you think would work?
To guard him?
Yes, correct.
I honestly, I think the best option is what they did last night, and hope he missed.
Just let him rock.
You got to let him rock. I wouldn't want to make him a passer and then start making everybody else feel better and feel good about themselves and all of it. And then he still can score at any time he wants. That's why it doesn't work. The reason why it doesn't work, where now I'm gonna just cut off your water and make you a scorer, is because I can score anytime.
No, he can score it on
anybody at all times. So it don't really matter.
Point. You know what's interesting though is I think that you need to catch him at the 3-point line while he's trying to dribble and steal it.
I wish it was that easy, bro. But
like
you
need to trap him at the 3-point line. But I know it's difficult.
It's easier said than done, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
You can put him. The reason why he's so good is because I feel like you can put him anywhere on the floor in the offense, and he's comfortable. He knows, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is like that. Not everybody can be put on the block, on the elbow, or the wing, in the corner, top of the key. No matter where you put him in, be comfy. Meaning, like, I know I can make a play, and I know this is the play I can make, or this one, or this one. You know what I'm saying? He is essentially like that.
Coaching wise, when Jokic is in the game and you take Zoo out, why would you do that?
When Jokic is in the game and you take Zubac out, because he's in foul trouble. He could be in foul trouble. He could be in foul trouble. You might want to give him a different look. Like, you might want to go. You might maybe put a faster big or a different big on him, so he can.
Because the Clippers
to preserve my boy's foul trouble. You know, my boy fouling, Zubac fouling, or just to give Jokic a different look. You know what I mean? But now if you're telling me during winning time why they doing that, I can't answer that question. You would winning time meaning like. The game is in the balance. You could see like this is a critical time. I don't know why they would take, Zubac out because he probably.
It was happening last night. They was taking Zoo out, and then Denver was leaving Jokic in, and it was hurting them bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were just trying to give him different looks because he was cooking early. like from the jump.
Oh, he was
you know what I
cooking,
mean? So
the whole game.
So I think that they just wanted to give him different looks to see, like, okay, maybe we could throw him off if we go all guards here, if we go small here. You know what I mean? We could just double him. You know what I mean? Like, just try to give him different looks, because I think initially the thought was, okay, we're going to make him a scorer and see, like, hopefully it doesn't work, like throws him off.
So
And then it backfired.
It definitely. But
And
you
then
know,
I
they
think at that
almost
point
won.
just-
They almost came back.
Yeah, they almost did. You know, and you know, but you know, they didn't win. So I
At
mean,
the end,
regardless,
was that a pass or a shot?
that was a shot for sure. Aaron just timed it perfectly. Like, and what was crazy was when they were showing the replay, and he literally let go of it with 0.1 left. Like, literally 0.1. 0.1 seconds later, it probably wouldn't have counted. It wouldn't have counted. We don't know. Probably
It
it
was a
wouldn't have
crazy
counted.
lesson to learn by James, and I forget who else was under the basket, but they were like
boxing out.
looking, and had they kind of like boxed out Aaron or just got in his way a little bit, that play can't happen. But they were kind of like just looking because they're thinking, well, that's game.
Yeah, the
Like
time.
if he misses,
They probably in their mind was like, there's no way, you know, there's enough time for him to shoot a turnaround three, air ball it, and for Aaron Gordon to dunk. But literally, if you think about it, kind of wasn't enough. It was just 0.1 second enough.
it was 0.1. That's tough, bro. That's so tough to lose that way.
It's sickening. It's sickening, actually. It's worse than getting blown out by 30. Losing like that specifically, too, at the very end.
That's tough.
And you was down 20 and came back.
Crazy.
Sick.
Yo, the injury that Michael Porter Jr. has, right, where they say like it's like a pain tolerance injury.
Yeah.
You've played through injury. What is it like when you're in the game? Do you forget about the pain? Or
You try to. You definitely, at some point you do, except when you're trying to do something where you know your body needs to be 100% to do it. Like, I think that you're, as an athlete, when you play hurt, when it's surface level, meaning like when it's up and down and you're just doing the normal things that you've been doing your whole life, playing basketball, playing offense, defense. But when you're trying to go and you're trying to make a move on somebody, or you're trying to elevate over somebody or really make a play, that's when I think the mentality or your body, or however your body is at that moment, might, you know, take over your mindset a little bit, because you're like second guessing, well, man, I don't know what I'm gonna feel if I try this. I know a couple months ago or last year I tried this and it didn't feel too well. So, you know, sometimes that might, you know, come up while you're playing, but it's all about being able to adjust. I think Michael Porter Jr. is an interesting story because his foot can't dorsiflex, so it can't do this. What he has on his foot, because of all the back injuries and the back surgeries, his foot can't dorsiflex. So on his foot, he has like this brace that helps his foot do this. So as he plays, his foot is doing it, but not naturally. It's being helped to do it. So that just puts it in perspective of what he's going through mentally while he's playing. And I think those are like the most mentally tough people, obviously, to be able to perform against the most, you know, the most athletic people in the world, really. But go ahead.
You say it's like mental, because I bring it up because him and Jason Tatum have those injuries where you can play through them, but they're just like pain tolerance injuries. But they both play well, like in their games where they had to play through pain.
Yeah, it just depends. Like there's different levels. I think Michael Porter Jr.'s thing might be a little more, you know, severe. I think Jason Tatum's injuries are, you know, I think like the normal ones that just happen from playing the sport, you know, bone bruises, ankle sprains, that's just natural in being in our sport. I think what Michael Porter Jr. has is something that's a little bit deeper, and a little bit more rare as far as his back injuries, his foot not being able to dorsiflex, and him still being effective and finding a way to be effective on an NBA floor. I think that's a little more, unheard of than what Jason is.
Yeah. Yo, did you think that OKC was gonna sweep?
It was after game 2, I thought they could. After in the midway through game, or I can't even say midway, right before, like almost midway through game 3, I didn't think they were going to sweep them. And then Ja got hurt, and as soon as he got up and went to the back, and he was about to go to the back, and he came and he shot his free throws. But as soon as he got hurt, I said, "Oh yeah, they gonna come back. It's over. They gonna come back and they
coming back from 29."
Yeah, they was down 32, I think, at the most. Yeah, they came back and won that jump. And then they
That
won
was
game
impressive.
4. It was really impressive, regardless of who was out there. It's impressive. It's impressive.
How do you feel
But
about him now?
If Ja was out there, though,
It would have been different.
I think Memphis wins the game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the thing that comes out today where he says like he had them figured out, I think he did.
Who said something? What'd he say?
Ja Morant said he had them figured out. OKC.
I mean, they went up 32. So, I mean, he must have had something. I never seen them down that much.
I mean, they never been down that much.
Exactly. I've never seen them down that much. Ever.
They only went down, I think it was 21 against Miami.
See, I never seen them down 30.
I remember asking you one time, what was the amount that you needed to be down to where it was like it was over? And you said 30.
30, yeah. 30. Because essentially it was. That's why, like, if you ask somebody, like, if you ask a random person, like, oh, you watch basketball? Like, so what's going on right here? Like, oh, this team right here was just down 32. They're going to be like, 32? They winning right now.
It's over. Game over.
But, yeah, that's how it is. It's crazy, though, how one player's impact means that much, right? Like, you don't really understand it until it's gone or until it happens, but you can see it, man. You can see it when players leave organizations, when players don't play, like, players.
Yeah, I mean, if Josh stays in the game, they win for sure. I didn't even think that Ja's impact was that great on the Memphis Grizz because they had done so well without him for so long in this season, and they were winning games that I just felt like I didn't think he was that important.
Well, I felt like he was less about his talent and more about him and as an individual. Looking down from the outside looking in, I know a lot of people would be like, oh, they see the guns, they see the tattoos, they see. But if you look at it from a player's perspective, I feel like he personifies confidence and what you want in a leader. He seems like he does a great job of, not only holding his teammates accountable, but he does a great job of giving them the confidence they need to play at a high level too. Because there's no question he believes that he's the best.
Correct.
But he does. What makes him good is that I think that is essentially it trickles off to everyone else after that. And he makes sure that they feel that same confidence, if not close to the same confidence he feels. And I feel like that's why because he was still in the locker room. He was still involved even when he was hurt and they weren't winning games. I'm sure he was still there. He was still vocal. He was still, you know what I'm saying, giving them the confidence and talking to them and stuff. And then when he's out there and he's playing well and he's moving and he's grooving and he got them engaged and he got the crowd and the swag. And I mean, it's very rare that you see somebody that can do that. You see the Ants do it. You see other players in the league do it, but it's not something that everyone is capable of doing.
You think the Cavs going to sweep the Heat?
Yeah, I think the Cavs are going to sweep the Heat. I think the Cavs are going to sweep the Heat. And before I ain't gonna lie, I feel like before the series started, I felt like the Heat could win at least one game. Excuse me. I said excuse my language. Excuse me. But I really felt like that the Heat could win the series, low key. Like, only because
You thought the Heat was gonna win the series?
no, like not like I think they had an opportunity to compete in the series. Excuse me, but make it interesting, make it close. You know what I mean? Like win a game in the series. I really felt like they could win a game in the series, and it just I was surprised that the game was even that close in game one, because usually off a back-to-back back-to-back elimination games, which are essentially game sevens, is what I was trying to say. Excuse me, but when you have back-to-back games like that, you're usually gonna be exhausted. Game one, that's the best they competed out of the 3 games. That was the closest they've been. Was game one, and I thought they were gonna be too tired. I thought they were gonna get blown out. Remember, I told you I thought they was gonna get blown out game one. I thought they was gonna win game 2, and in game 3 it was like okay, it was like a toss-up. But, game 2, they kind of came out a little flat, and then Davion Mitchell kind of got them going in the third, and then they just couldn't finish in the fourth. But
Davion Mitchell has been playing really good.
yeah, he has. He's been stepping up. He's been stepping up and playing really well. There's been a lot of guys that have been stepping up and playing really well. Jaden McDaniels in Minnesota have been playing really well. So, it's a lot of guys, and that's huge. That's
Gary Trent Jr. scored 37.
Oh, yeah, he had 37. He had 40 the other night, round to the nearest 10th.
Bro, if he doesn't score 37, they don't win.
They don't win. They don't win. They don't win at all. It's not even close.
They don't win.
Yeah, it's impressive, man. Yeah, and those are big games. Those are huge games. That's a huge game for them. Now, they not only playing tonight, they headliner tonight. They the last game.
For sure.
It's the East Coast team. They the last game tonight.
Who do you think wins? You think the Pacers?
I think that's a 7-game series, no matter what.
Another
and
one?
I think that's a 7-game series for sure. I think that the both 4-5s might go 7.
So
I think Denver Clippers might go 7, and I think Pacers Bucks might go 7. I think both 4-5s will go 7.
Okay, so this is what I would say about the Bucks Pacers series. Gary Trent is not going to score 37 next game. So then
Most likely not.
So then you're saying that Dame is going to have a big game next game.
I think he's due for one, yeah. And I think
he's going to have one.
I think it's tonight. I think it's tonight. Because tonight is so important, it's so lucrative. Like, if he does not win tonight, if they don't win tonight, they'll go down, what, 3-2 or 2-2, excuse me. 2-2, because they're up 2. No. They'll go down 2. They'll down 3-1.
It'll be 3-1.
Yeah, it's a must win.
No, it's a must win tonight.
It's a must win tonight. So you know how, I seen Lillard in must wins. So it's a different monster. But, he was off with the blood clot, so it's no telling. We're not really sure what kind of shape he in and all that stuff. But
lineup-wise, though.
Tonight is a game 7 for them. But go ahead.
Lineup-wise, you like when you line up the rosters, you think that the Bucks have enough to beat the Pacers?
Yeah, because I think Giannis takes up 3 individuals. So he's a walking 35. Like, he's going to get 30.
He can decide when he wants to do it, turn it
anytime he wants. It's too much of a force.
Yeah, he had 30. I think he had 36.
Yeah,
36
really
or 37.
He's like 2 players in one. And then you got Damian Lillard, who also can get 30. And then you got guys that's like Brook Lopez is proven, Bobby Portis is proven. Taurean Prince, I think, is proven. Even Gary Trent is solid.
You think
what I'm
Taurean
saying?
Prince
He's been on
is a
good
starter?
teams. I think he's a really good player. I don't know if he's a starter or not.
I don't think he's a starter.
Maybe not. Maybe
I
not.
don't think
I don't know how many teams he started on his career. But, I think he's solid though. think he's solid. I think he's a solid player.
Yeah, I think he's a solid player too. I just don't think he's a starter.
I don't think the Bucks are deeper than the Pacers. I don't. But I do think the Bucks have a little more they have players on their team that can win games. They have more players on their team that can win games. I think that the Pacers have great players that play really well together and that will win together. I don't necessarily know if that one of them is going to win you a game outright no matter what. Like, they're going to win us the game. They won us the game tonight. We got to give them. Giannis can win you 2 or 3 games in the playoff series. Like, no, I mean, he can't. I mean, it's true. I mean, we've seen it. Like, he's you know, he is who he is. And then Dame, obviously. So I really do believe that those 2 individuals plus they starting cast, they have a chance to beat them. On paper and from what I see, I feel like the Pacers are deep. I think their bench is better than Milwaukee's bench, but I don't necessarily know if I can sit here and say, oh, Bucks got the better players. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, because they got those 2. And then the other side, they still have good players. Like, they even got all-stars like Pascal and Tyrese Haliburton. They got all-stars too, but they just not the all-stars that are over there in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? So, you know, we'll see, though. It's 7, though. I think the Bucks, 7 games.
They just – Giannis needs help. You know? Like, I don't think he could win it by himself.
But what kind of help he need, though?
He needs like Gary Trent to score 37.
Oh, you think he need that? Okay, to win, yes. I think so, too. I think the supporting cast needs to step up. Yes. Especially because they're probably just going to double all Dame's pick and rolls. And that's really essentially his, if you watch his game, it's a big part of his game, coming off pick and rolls and being able to shoot off those pick and rolls. They're going to trap all those. So, and then if you got 2 on the ball in rotations, they'll have 3 guys essentially rotating to 4 guys and holding the fort until the 5th guy can get to the 5th guy, if that makes sense. So because of that, the weak side, them dudes got to be ready to score. And those are going to be role players because the guy in the middle that's catching the ball is Giannis. He's setting the screen. You got to double off. His guy's going to double because we got to keep a body on him all the time. So if we're doubling him and we got to keep a body on him all the time, we got to make sure we funnel him into rotation. So his guy's going to double and he's going to rotate right into the to the weak side. Okay, we got bodies on him. He can't go 1-on-3 when he can't. He can, but not every time. It's wild. So he's going to have to kick it. Gary and all them, they're going to have to be ready to shoot. Ain't just Gary, though. It's all them jokers. They're going to have to be ready to shoot like they was last game. But that's the thing we got to see, man. You know that game 6 when them legs get hefty. That game 5, them legs get hefty. We going to see.
Who the winner of this series plays who?
4-5 plays 1. So the winner of 1-8, which is Cleveland, Miami. So the winner of 4-5.
So they got to play Cleveland.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play Cleveland, the winner of this series.
That's tough.
I would rather want to see, believe it or not, I think that Cleveland would have more trouble with Milwaukee than they would with Indiana.
Wait, you think Cleveland is going to have trouble at all?
No, that's not what I said. More trouble between the two. I don't think Milwaukee or Indy is going to beat Cleveland. I can't sit here and say that, but I can say between Milwaukee and Indiana, which one I think would give Cleveland the most run for its money, the run for your money, the most run for its money. Yeah. And I would have to, and believe it or not, at first I would say Indiana. But honestly, if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, I think the Bucks would be a bad matchup for Cleveland. I don't think Cleveland wants that matchup. I think they would much rather have Indiana.
After watching now, I feel like the Cavs are the favorite in the East?
All because they don't judge them off of beating Miami.
No.
Okay.
I just think that I
can't say that yet because of the sales. Not doing it.
People are kind of like giving it to Boston because they have the experience and they won it last year. But I could see Boston struggling against them.
Of course, yeah, but I mean, we seen it in the regular season.
I think they will struggle against, and then depending on how JT's bruise feels throughout
I think it's fine, bro. After last game, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how it goes, you know what I mean? Like, I think
he cool. I honestly think, this is my opinion, if the Celtics are healthy, they washing them.
You think they gonna? No, they don't wash Cleveland.
If the Celtics is healthy, like 100, like that means Drew healthy, Derek healthy, Peyton Pritchard healthy, Porzingis, everybody healthy, I'm going with the Celtics.
That's pretty crazy.
Celtics in 7.
Everybody healthy. Not a wash though.
No.
That's like
I was extreme. using that. I didn't mean like seriously washed. That was extreme. Excuse. I know we in entertainment now, so I gotta watch what I say because it'll go viral real quick.
Going back, I want to go back, right? Because we have a special place in our hearts for the Miami Heat. Like we
of course, yeah.
In this offseason, what do they need to do to improve?
Miami.
Like, what do they need? Like, what do they need? Who do they need to trade? Who do they need to acquire? Hypothetical.
Well, I mean, they would. I mean, it just depends on what you're trying to seek in your organization, right? So, if you're at a point where it's like, I want a ring, and if it happens, it happens. But it's like, all right, Tyler just became an all-star. That's his first year. I mean, he's still young 20s. Bam's still young. Khalil Ware's young. I mean, so it seems as if that's your core 3 that you're trying to build around, right? So if that's the case, you have to make a decision. Is Tyler a number 1 option? Is Bam a number 2 option? And if not, can I get a number 3 option in here, or can I get a 1 option in here? You either need to figure out if you need a 3rd option. Is Andrew Wiggins that? Or do I need to go find someone else that better fits that mold? Or is Bam really my 3rd option and Tyler my 2nd option, and I have to go find a number 1 option? That's what I think Miami has to decide in this offseason is what roles is Tyler and Bam playing in my future? Are they my guys, or are they just a piece of the puzzle? You know what I'm saying? Because if they're your guys, then you need to just either see what happens next year with this mob, because this mob kind of came together halfway through the year and really didn't have time to establish an identity. So you wait until next season and you see if that works, or you use what you got and go get something huge, like a name that people are like, at least we know with a name comes good expectations. Or, you get that 3rd option. Find someone that can fit pretty good if you don't think it's Andrew Wiggins. Or you find the 1st option, whoever that may be. So those are the options I think the Heat have, and those are the decisions I think that they're going to have to kind of figure out this summer.
Do you think Bam is a number 2 option?
I think Bam can be. I think Bam has the talent to be. I think he does. I think he has the mentality, and it just depends on how he develops. Like he's been developing pretty well.
He's gotten better over the years. So it's just a matter of seeing, okay, we're going to put, like when the year starts, are you telling Bam and Tyler that this is their team and we go as you guys go? If you guys want to be championship contenders, that means you guys have to be championship level athletes. Like, is that the case? Or, and we kind of have to wait and see, okay, Bam, you're our second option, Tyler, you're our first, and this is our third, and we have to wait all year, another year to see if it works. Or you can be like, all right, Bam and Tyler, y'all been here since the bubble. We've been trying to see if you guys is gonna be. I mean, I don't want to compare, but y'all are all-stars, but we got to see if you guys can help us get to the show, because that's really what Miami Heat basketball is all about, is winning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you can't really get to the show, I don't necessarily know if that's what they're looking for. You know what I mean? So
do you
just gonna have to wait and see.
Is like looking on and like,
oh no, he don't care.
Huh?
No, he don't care nothing about them and what they got going on.
But at least you don't think he's thinking in his head like, I told you I was 1A.
Ego part of Jimmy probably, yeah. The competitive part of him, yeah. Because he knows who he is and he knows what he's done. So it's maybe, but I truly believe there's also a possibility of a maturity part of him that's just like, it is what it is. It's
like you just don't.
Smoke and mirrors, you know what I mean? I know what this shit really about. Yeah.
What kind of guy is he, Jimmy Butler? Like, what is he like? Because I feel like a lot of people don't really know. We just kind of know like what the media kind of portrays him to be as this like kind of tough guy. Like I don't give a, like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck type of guy. Like, but what is he actually like?
I think Jimmy's actually human. So I think that a lot of times, I said it in past pods before, like, because we are who we are and we've done what we've done, that doesn't take away the fact that we're still human. Like,
yeah.
Even though, Jimmy, pertains to be like this individual, that he shows that he is, I'm almost certain he's not that way with his kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, So, like, I think that sometimes it's easily skewed because of the fact that it's entertainment. And I think that a lot of times the players that are successful, similar to Jimmy, and they build an identity within the entertainment industry, which is our sport, which is the stuff that come with our sport. And they build an identity of who they are to you because they know that's what works for them. And then I don't know if that's necessarily who they really are when they're in the comfort of their home, or even in the locker room, or with people.
Yeah, like their public personas may not match who they really are. That's why I asked them.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that I know for a fact. I wouldn't say that Jimmy is like that all the time. I just think Jimmy is, he's seen it all. He's seen a lot. Been in the league for a long time. So, and I think he wears his. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. Like, he gonna let you know how he feel. He's not gonna hide things. He's not gonna sugarcoat things, and he gonna bust his ass when it's time to play. So, that's all you can.
Jason, can you pull up the clip of Jimmy saying in his press conference that he didn't like when Buddy Hield dribbled the ball too much?
Have you? Did you see last night when he tried to dribble the ball too much and he got plucked by Steven Adams?
Yes, I did see that.
Okay, then that's what I'm saying. Jimmy, it's not that Jimmy don't. It's not that Jimmy don't care.
And Buddy, stop trying to dribble the ball.
It's not that Jimmy trying to be disrespectful, be funny, be extra. He's just like, bruh. How many times Steve-O got to pluck you for you to jump? You can't be dribbling 1,000 times.
Is it like, what does that do to the locker room? Like, what does that do to Buddy? Like, how do you
nothing.
think Buddy?
They just won after that game. That didn't do nothing to Buddy. Buddy cool. Buddy don't. I don't think Buddy from the Bahamas. I don't think Buddy frail. Meaning, like, I don't think Buddy's sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think I think he can differentiate, that Jimmy really
But you've seen it have effect on guys.
Yeah, non-mentally tough ones.
Do you think that it affect Duncan Robinson?
Maybe. I mean, we would have to bring Duncan on the pod and ask him.
Yeah, we need
to
bring
We
Duncan
could probably set that up. But I mean, to each his own. Like, who are we to say what should and shouldn't bother someone? So, but I just feel like with it might have bothered Duncan a little more than it would a Buddy Hield. You know what I mean? I don't think Buddy, or maybe not even. It might not even bother Duncan, especially after a win. You know what I mean? Like we just won. Everything's good, and I'm being funny in the press conference because I'm like, man, I'm telling Buddy, Buddy, stop dribbling 100 times, bro. Like, why are you dribbling out here like you AI? And then you get hurt, and the next game you get plucked at half by the center.
That was a crazy pluck though by the center.
You get plucked at half by the center.
Plucked like that.
Not by Steven Adams.
No, not by Stephen A.
Exactly. So
it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so when Jimmy's saying that, he's saying that because he's trying to help, bro. But that's the thing, Jimmy is really like that. He really don't, and he probably don't get a lot of credit for that, but he really trying to help, bro. You know what I'm saying? Really trying to help, bro. Like, bro, just shoot it. Like, bro, your clip is crazy. Let that thing fly.
I think he was trying to help him. I don't think he was trying to embarrass him.
For sure. Not at all.
The delivery, might have hurt somebody. Well, I don't know Buddy enough to know, but I mean, you got to play on, and he played good. Buddy played
facts.
good.
Yeah, he did that, especially last game.
Ashley said that Jalen Brunson was top 5 point guard in the league.
Yeah,
and after these games that you've seen him in, do you think she was right?
I thought she was right before that. I think he's top 5 right now. He's starting the All-Star game. He's an intricate part of New York winning. Mm-hmm. Their offense is either him or Karl Anthony Towns, and they were able to be fourth in the West, fourth in the East. Third in the East because of that. You know what I mean? And they playing at a high level right now. I wouldn't say that he's, especially right now. Now, if we're talking all time, that's a whole different ball game.
No. We wasn't
right
talking
now.
all time.
I think it's realistic. Right now, realistic. I think it's realistic to say that he's a top 5 point guard in our league.
Yeah, because somebody commented, they were like, and then somebody texted me and they were like, yo, we got to apologize to Ash because after today's game, he's like, I think he's top 5. So that's why I just asked.
People need us. It's because we're in a world that need to see to believe,
do you think
boy.
that the Knicks series versus the Pistons, like, is it supposed to be the way that it's going, or is Detroit?
Yeah, I feel like it is. I mean, they're similar in style of play. They go hard. It's grinded out style of basketball. Like, so of course it was gonna be these like barn burner type of games. But like I had told you, I had New York winning due to experience, and New York has won back-to-back 1-point games down the stretch.
I would have to agree
on the road.
with you. It looks like
on the
experience.
Road. That's all it was. On the road. You won 2 games back-to-back on the road by 1 point. It's experience.
It looks like experience.
And it might even be less than that. You might just, you know what I mean? You might just coming up short. Like, it's crazy. You win a game by 3 in New York. Game 2, you probably should have lost. You win that game. And then you lose back-to-back games at home by 1.
And then you should have won the first game.
Definitely. Yesterday you might
won the first game. They go
this
20.
morning. What is it? This afternoon you probably was like, oh, we probably could get this. We probably could get this, but it's looking like, the Knicks was pretty much, they was winning all game till Brunson kind of got hurt. Then Detroit went up 12. Then Brunson came back, cut that joint to 2. It's just like,
So we kind of could have won tonight too, but we definitely should have won game 3. Lose both by 1. I'm sick. Now I got to go back to New York for game 4 down 3-1 when nobody wins from that. It's crazy.
Yikes. Do you think that obviously, I mean, I think it's obvious that the Knicks are going to win this series.
Yeah, I think the Knicks going to win this series. I think, if I'm being honest, I think it was BS. I think that Tim Hardaway definitely got fouled at the end.
At the end, right? On that 3, right?
They for sure should have called it. But, it is what it is. The league going to tell you afterwards that it was a foul. So you should feel better, right?
It's so tough when refs call the games. I feel like is that like a thing where the refs let guys play a little harder in the playoffs? Like they don't call
1,000%, yes. It's less calls being called in the playoffs, yes. Because it's the basketball, it's more intense. So because there's meaning behind it. Not saying that the regular season is not meaningful. It's more so business centered as far as, all right, we're going to get these amount of games, these amount of wins, these amount of ticket sales, et cetera. The playoffs is like, all right, glory. So if we might want to give the player more control of the outcome of the game rather than feel like, all right, now we got to regulate. Because if the game is honest and pure, why does it change at all?
What'd you say? If it's pure what?
If it's honest and pure, why would it change at all? Why isn't it the same all the time?
I mean, that's kind of why I asked, because it's interesting. Like, the refs, they do have a part in the game.
Because playoff basketball is more heightened. There's more fans in the arena, more TV coverage, more eyes on basketball, 7-game series, and we all trying to win championships.
You know what I noticed when you say that too is like, you feel like you get way more rest in the playoffs. Like there's so many TV commercial breaks, and the TV commercial breaks are
they actually prepare
way
you
longer
for timeouts to be longer during the playoffs.
Correct.
Because
Like
things
I
are
feel
just,
like we're watching a commercial like every 5 minutes. It's OD.
it's like the playoffs are like I don't know. It's almost like the Super Bowl, but just a bunch of series of the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yo, so what's going on with the Lakers?
I don't know. What's the score right now? Can we look that up during the show? What's the score right now?
101-95, 7 minutes left in the fourth.
Who winning?
And I mean, hey, yo, the last game,
Lakers up.
and
They better win.
they can't stop Ant.
Well, no one can.
Yeah, like
No one
once
can.
he get
No
the
one
dancing,
can in the league.
oh, it's over. It don't
Nobody
matter
can
who's
stop
in
him
front
in
of
the
him.
league. If you watch him, nobody can stop him in the league. That's why people guard him the way they guard him. Either they're gonna send two at him, or they're gonna play off him so he makes his jumpers, and he's made he was third. Oh no, he was number 1 in threes made.
Threes,
this year.
yes.
So that you can't guard him. So what are you gonna do? You can't guard him. So now it's like the only thing that's helping us is that this is a 5-on-5 game, not 1-on-1 game. Thank God. Because if it was 1-on-1, we would be in trouble. Because they have
Should the
best.
Lakers be winning the series?
No, they would be winning if they should be.
I mean, but you thought the Lakers would be doing better, right?
No, not necessarily.
No?
I think no. I thought this series.
I thought
would
you
be
had them
really-
winning this series.
7 games though.
So they're going to win this series.
I don't know if they're going to win it. I can't sit here and say that. I just think you can't count them out because they have 2 guys that's been to the finals on teams where they were like
obviously the head honchos. And they've led their teams to the finals without each other. So now they're on the same team. So I think that experience, you can't count that experience out. But as far as who has the better team, I would pick Minnesota. I think that I honestly can't even sit here and say that the Lakers have the better players either, because I mean they have two of the better players in the series, yeah. But I can't say they have the two best players in the series. I can't say that. So
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's the better team, but I think that, you know, and I obviously Minnesota, you know, they were in the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals last year, so they have that kind of experience. They just don't have they don't have as much as Braun and let's say Luka combined. You know what I mean? So, but we gonna see, man. The Lakers gotta win tonight. They up right now. Hopefully they pull it out. If they don't, it's a wrap.
Are they still up?
I don't think. I think it's you know it's been tough guarding.
It's been tough.
It's been tough guarding them wings.
It's
The
been
likes
tough.
of Anthony Edwards, the likes of even McDaniel's been playing better. The likes of Nas Reed, it hasn't been easy. So it's 101-97 right now. Lakers up with 5.5 left.
AR, what AR got? AR haven't really showed up yet.
I bet you he don't. I bet you
He's
he
got
don't have
14
over.
tonight.
I was about to say he don't have over 15.
What's going on with AR? What you think is
He got
going
14.
on?
It's just harder because their third option is Jaden McDaniels. He can guard the basketball. So it's not going to be just like, okay, their third option be someone that just don't. Like if like you know, it's just like the anomaly is third options. Boston's third option arguably is Porzingis.
That's insane.
And then their fourth and fifth is Derek White and Drew Holiday.
That's tough.
That's what makes them an anomaly. Like they're, you know, the Lakers' third option is Austin Reeves. It's just if we're doing matchup by matchup, we got Ant Luka X each other out. Braun, Julius Randle X each other out. And it's Austin Reeves and Jalen McDaniels. He scored 20 the first two games.
Mm-hmm.
But he really known because he could strap. You know what I'm saying? He really could guard the basketball. So it just wasn't going to be a cakewalk for Austin Reeves this series. You're going to have to really play. But they look like they might pull this one out, P. If they pull this one out, they got a chance
They
now.
they had a chance. They've been having a chance.
Not if they lose tonight, they don't. They don't got no chance if they don't win tonight.
That's so funny. Hey,
Luka got 38. He almost got 40.
Who?
Luka got 38. He almost got 40. What Anthony Edwards have and Julius Randle? Anthony Edwards got 38 too. Damn, they going at it.
Yo,
be over here shooting the ball.
He playing incredible.
He is. He is like.
Somebody just hit a 3? Or they just hit a 2?
102, 104.
Yikes.
He has mastered the control of his body. He has an immense control. It's like Russell Westbrook meets Dwayne Wade. It's like the hybrid of like being able to have extreme athleticism, but being able to control it. It's crazy. We you know, it's literally what we like.
Let's get into the reaction segment of the show.
Reaction.
Jason, let's pull up the reaction clips. Let's get this out the way.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, DeMar, they're trying to kick me out for no reason. Come on, man.
Don't walk up on me.
Can you believe it? DeMar DeRozan.
Man, you know, You just gotta be careful.
Man, just fans don't be going up to people with and flashing phones in their face while they eating. Ask.
You know, and it's like,
Ask
I
to
know
take a
DeMar
picture.
from Compton. Like,
Nah, I guarantee bro ain't know till afterwards.
he got it's like
He
it's
like, oh boy.
bro, like, and I think he just got a little bit of like this. It was just the wrong timing because they was already kicking DeMar out the restaurant. So he was already, I don't know, but they was kicking him out as bro was like putting the phone in his face.
It looked like Katsuya.
I don't know where it was at. It did look
It
like
looked
that
like
a little bit.
Katsuya, bruh.
Man, what would you have did?
You know I wouldn't have did nothing. I wouldn't have reacted like that.
I probably
just
would
would've
have had.
looked at
I
bro.
probably would have tripped on bro. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
facts.
Bro,
but
what
I
you
would have been
doing?
like, I would have just looked at him crazy, and I would have been like, all right, I wouldn't really go off. But he was already upset because they was, you know what I mean? So he kind of set him off. But, you know, if they was kicking me out or not letting me in, you know, we've been there before, you know, I'm the first to be like, all right, holla. I don't really care nothing about your services. I'm just hungry. I can go.
Yo, go to the next one, Jason. Hoo-wee.
One, y'all not gonna win Tuesday. But number two, I believe Ja Morant, but I don't believe Jaren Jackson Jr. Let's have an uncomfortable conversation real quick.
Oh, goodness.
He is the most overhyped player in this league. He's not even a top 10 big in my eyes. And here's why I'm going at him. Forget the fact that you fired your coach 5 games, 8 games left in the season and you need him to step up. Forget the fact that Ja Morant probably shouldn't be playing because he's taking shots every damn day to stay on the floor because we know how severe that ankle sprain is. Forget the fact that he is a former defensive player of the year. Forget the fact that he made an all-star team this year. Matter of fact, forget the fact that he had 4 and 3. Do you realize 43 was my jersey number in Boston? Do you realize 4 and 3 is what I average? You're an all-star, bro. They need you to step up at the biggest times. I don't care. It's amazing.
I mean, can we say Kendrick Perkins wrong? I mean, I wouldn't. I think it's too much to be like he overhyped. You know, like the media, you know, they like to say things to bring, oh my God, overhyped. You know, they like to say certain words to overhype things. Overhype meaning one word, but I mean, you know, he a good player. I mean, they was what, 4th? They finished 4th or 5th in the West. Like, I don't think he's overhyped. I just think he's having a shitty series, or he had a shitty series, or whatever. They got swept, obviously, or maybe he just didn't play well. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I think he's one of the top. He's for sure top 10 power forwards like in the league.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Easy.
that, you know,
Probably
I think Kendrick
top
just,
5.
I think Kendrick just demands. I obviously wants to see him be more competitive in the series, and maybe if he felt like if he would have played better, they would have had a better chance. You know, he seemed kind of like he was struggling a little bit, so maybe that's what Kendrick is talking about. But to say he overhyped and overrated,
Yeah, I don't think he's.
you know, that's we are we going to say that to Jordan because he lost to Isaiah Thomas and them?
Yeah, I think that's.
I mean, obviously that is
a bit
extreme,
much to
but
say that he's
you know,
overhyped.
it's extreme because we're using Jordan, right? But you know, any player, you gotta give him that opportunity to be like, all right, you know. But and when you know, obviously, is you know, in the moment, it's like, man, come on, bro, you gotta do something. Which I get it, but you can't say like, damn, he overrated, he overhyped.
What do you think about them saying that Tyrese Haliburton is overrated? I think
I saw that he's not just overrated, the most overrated player. I seen that. It's crazy to me too, cause bro, tough, bro, not overrated. I wouldn't say overrated is crazy. Like
but is that?
I don't know if you overrated. Well, yeah. I was about to say I don't know if you overrated and in the league, but I don't know. I can't sit here and say that either. I can't say for sure, like, all right, this overrated. I can't sit here and say that, man. Like, bro, team is finishing top 5 in the West every year. Like, can't be
I
that
think he's
over.
pretty good. I don't
Me
think he's
too.
overrated at all.
I think that was a
pretty
little
good.
extreme.
Look, let's get into the quick fire questions and then you know what I mean? I think we both want to get into this game.
Yeah, it's the last 2.5 minutes.
What feels better, winning a playoff game at home or on the road?
On the road, nothing like it. Well, to me, winning on the road is the best feeling because it's like 20+ thousand people there rooting for the team you just beat, and they mad, and they like, dang, they beat us. You know, what I'm saying? It's just nothing like it's just nothing like winning on the road and it being loud, and then when you win, it's dead quiet. They're like, oh.
I feel like that sounds like that kid that just likes destruction and likes you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Which team is surprising you the most this year in the playoffs?
Right now is Denver. I thought they would struggle a little bit when Mike Malone got fired.
Yeah.
But they seem to be really competing at a high level in that Clipper series. So
That's a good one. That's a good one. Do you think Jokic is the coach right now?
he the coach, the best player, and the worst player in that game.
I saw a clip where they was like, look at Jokic coaching. Like telling coach to bring
The clipboard.
DeAndre Jordan, I think his name.
Oh,
Is that his name?
okay.
He was like, bring him in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan. I wouldn't be surprised if he was now. If he was doing a little bit of everything over there.
What's your favorite basketball shoe of all time?
Basketball shoe?
Yeah.
Hopefully my own whenever it come out.
I heard that. Hey,
Y'all come help me get my own shoe, man. The comebacks.
did you see the Joker's Patrick Star colorway?
No.
I didn't see that joint either. What's an
And this
upset
is
you
good.
predict for the current playoff bracket?
If I had to choose an upset, I could see Milwaukee upsetting Indiana.
Okay. I can see that.
I think that's the safest bet.
When are we
I'm
getting
seeing the
Lance
shoes
Stevenson
right.
on
I'm seeing
the
the
show?
shoes right now, P. I'm seeing the shoes right now, P.
Oh, you seeing them?
Yeah. I see the kicks. He got a little SpongeBob pair too, Jokic. That's what I'm saying, bro. I can't wait to do my own little pairs.
Who's Jokic's shoe with?
He would 360, 316. Yeah, it's an Asian company.
Oh, it's an Asian
361.
company?
It's an Asian company.
Yeah, I heard Nike didn't want to give him enough.
That sound about right.
That's what I heard.
He want to watch horses. They probably.
I heard the brothers was involved too. They was like really wondering, but I mean, that's just what I heard.
I don't know.
You know what was interesting, right? My thoughts is when they got a little chippy with James Harden, right?
Yeah, I seen blood come out.
I think that would have been very interesting. I don't
Why you
think
say that?
Jokic's brothers don't want no parts of nothing happening in LA. I don't think they ready for that.
Bruh, mine went there.
I went there. I went there because my boys is there. I hit my boys. They was ready.
You see
know what I'm
your
saying?
boy scrap like, hold on, P.
Oh God, I hit them like, hey, they might want to chill. They was like, nah, for real.
I see, for sure. Because I
was
don't
like,
think,
yeah,
bro.
Jokic's
I don't think
brothers,
bro
y'all-
would have reacted anyway if y'all ain't come. Y'all. It seemed like the Nuggets like low key pressed him.
They did. I mean, that's why I was
because he
like,
felt
y'all
away
sure?
about Braun the foul. It's like, oh, you feel away. Then Jokic come, then Eric come. He like, hold on, I'm by myself. Wait a
I'm
second.
like, y'all want to do this with James? Like,
Yeah.
in his hometown? Maybe they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? But
no, they know.
I thought about it. I was like,
I'm just glad that they ain't throw no one out after that. That would have been
Yeah,
weak
that
as-
was good
oh
by the
my
refs, though. The
gosh.
refs just gave the text. Yeah. Yeah, for anybody in the league, though, right? Just leave James alone. That'll be the smart That'd be the smart play, especially if y'all playing in LA too.
Surround sound, the surround sound statement. Y'all hear that?
Yeah, just that's
first.
not smart. Like even Jokic, bro. Like y'all big and all that. Yeah, just don't even go there. Don't even be curious. It's cool.
Bruh,
just
funny.
be big. Just be big, man. That shit ain't gonna play when y'all get out there.
So funny.
When are we getting Lance Stevenson on the show?
We need to do it ASAP. Lance, holla at your boy, man. I'm gonna hit you after you play. After you play Bees 1-on-1.
Who you got? Lance or Beasley?
I think Lance gonna compete.
You think he gonna compete or he gonna what?
I think Lance gonna compete. I just don't necessarily know if he gonna beat. I don't think he gonna beat Bees, but I think he gonna compete.
I got Bees.
Lance look like he getting in shape too. He look like he getting ready for that joint, but so do Bees. So
they prepping. I think Bees being ready.
I think he been ready since he woke up this morning.
For sure. Shit, bruh. I love doing this with you, man. This shit is fun.
Man, what? It's always a good time, bro. I don't care how long we gotta wait. We gonna knock it out for sure.
For sure.
And the fan base keep building up, man. Keep spreading the knowledge, keep spreading the love, keep sharing our ideas and what we have to share because it all comes from the heart. It comes from the soul. It comes from the mind. We don't want nothing from you except for you to be fruitful. So make sure y'all keep tuning in to the Inner Court Pod. We're going to have many more guests, many more topics, and many more things to influence you for the better. So thank you for tuning into this episode with me and my co-host, Neiman Johnson. Keep tuning into the Inner Court Pod, where we know for a fact that it ain't what's on you. It's what's in you. Peace and love.
Peace and love.